welcome back to my channel. Today we are planning the last week in February, and it is a very, very special video today because with me I actually have my mum. So Mumma Bliss is sitting next to me. So just quickly, this is a pocket kit from Marshmallow Studio, and then I bring in some washi tape from Simply Gilded. Now, I don't know what happened with this. I think it was like my nails. We did a mani-pedi while Mum's been up, and I think it was just from that. But the final product, you can't see it at all, so that's really good. So here's the washi, and we'll go through the stickers that I'm bringing in because it's a mini kit and stuff like that. But yeah, this video is mainly going to be a Q&A and a little bit of a chat session with me and my mum. So I guess we'll get straight into it. So Mum's here.
G'day, how's everyone going?
Well, they can't actually reply. Yeah,
Yes,
yep.
I know, I'm just being a bit silly.
So the first question is, what is your favourite meal to cook?
My favourite meal? Probably lasagna because you love it so much. Yeah, but now I'm doing a keto version and it's really nice.
So what would a keto lasagna look like? Because lasagna is obviously pasta.
Yeah, well, the sauce is basically the same. You don't do a cheese sauce, you actually just put cheese layers, which is easier and tastes just as nice or nicer. So the main things are the sheets because, yeah, as you said, you can't use pasta. So that is actually, they call it... What do they call it?
The fat boy or something?
Fathead.
Fathead,
for some reason. And it's just a mixture of mainly almond meal, and I think it's got eggs and cheese, and yeah, and so you put that, push it down on a flat tray and you half cook it, and then you do your layers with that, and the spag sauce and the cheese on top, and back in the oven, and it's really nice.
Yum.
Yeah.
Because my favourite food has been lasagna, like ever since I was a kid, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. Yeah. And this is equally as nice, if not nicer. There's a few little things, like your sauce can't be runny, so you keep it a couple of days in the fridge so it gets a lot firmer because the pasta absorbs the juice, whereas the almond meal mixture doesn't.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, and you make about 8 slices and 3 left over of the pasta. So being on my own, it does me quite a few nights, freeze it, and yum.
Some of my viewers will know that I was doing keto for about 3 months, but it just didn't work for my lifestyle with my partner. But Mum's been doing it for almost over a year, haven't you? Yeah.
But on and off, you know. My theory is if someone's paying for the food, then I can eat it, which is a bit
if
silly.
it's free.
And it's hard when you're on holiday. So, but back onto it tomorrow, full steam ahead. And it's the best diet I've ever been on. It's not a diet, it's just an eating plan that's really healthy, and basically you don't have any processed foods, no flour, so it's great. It's working.
It's hard when you've got a 7-Eleven right down from where you live, though.
It is very hard, that's true. But the best diet is the one you can stick to, and I seem to be able to stick to this pretty well. Blips in between, which is just life, that's normal.
Yeah, for sure. And next question is, how do you raise such a beautiful, well-mannered daughter? Thank you very much, Cate's planning. That's very nice. She has a 12-year-old daughter that is a tad foul.
Yeah, well, that's the age, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know, you just try your best, I guess. I had a lot of help. We lived 3 doors away from my mum and dad for quite a while until they passed. Her dad was very involved with her life, especially her sporting life, and he was a big kid, so that helped.
Yeah. And I think as we've got older, like, our relationship's so much better. Like, if we look back to when I was 12 to now, massive change in dynamics. Like, you're my best mate now.
Yeah, no, I'm lucky. You know, a lot of it's luck. A lot of it is, you know, you hear of people that their kids get on drugs or things like that, and they're a normal family, and it still happens. So, yeah, I've been blessed, which is not a saying I use a lot because it's very Christian, but I've got a wonderful daughter, and I'm so proud of her.
Oh, shucks. The next one comes from Tracy, who I told you about, that I went for a run with her and her husband, and the husband was so, like, Storm was so smitten with him. So shout out to Tracy. She says, what do you think of me being a YouTube celebrity? Now that is in air quotation marks because I'm not a YouTube celebrity, but what do you think of my little YouTube channel?
Yeah, well, it's unique, I think. There's not many of my friends' daughters doing the same thing. She loves it. Lyss loves doing this. And all you want for your kids is for them to be happy, and this makes her really happy, and she's met loads of friends along the way, which she probably didn't think would happen necessarily, and that's just getting stronger and stronger. And she feels a connection, and we all need our tribe, and she's got one, a very big one.
That was a great answer, Mum. Someone said, are you into planning? If so, what planner do you use?
I'm not as such into planning. It's a bit too busy for me, I think. But I do love all the different colours of the washies, and appreciate the amount of effort people go into making their own little stickers and things like that. I'm more into a crafty sort of embroidery, patchworky sort of thing, but I'm glad this craft side has come out for Lyss, because I knew it was all there all the time. It just needed the right avenue to take, and this is certainly it.
Well, Mum and I haven't caught up since November last year, so this weekend when she's come up, we did presents, and I bought her a Fobonichi, so hopefully you'll be able to use it to your advantage, and it's undated, so some weeks you might use it, some weeks you won't.
Yeah, no, I think I'll get into it, and yesterday we planned our trip. Well, Lyss has done all the planning. I'm just saying, yeah.
The trip to Vietnam and Cambodia I've been talking non-stop about on this channel.
Yeah, and so today I want to write down in the diary all the places we're going, and when I get home I've gone to the library, which I'm a big fan of libraries, and so I've got some books out, so I want to read up on exactly where we're going, because that makes it just more enjoyable, I think.
Oh, definitely. And the good thing is we still have heaps of time to look into it and watch YouTube videos and stuff, but it's put my mind at ease knowing that our international flights and our accommodation are all booked now already, and yeah. The next two questions come from Mellow Plans, who's one of my friends up in Sydney that I caught up with when we went to the Sydney Planner Market.
Oh, right.
She asked, when Lyss was a cute little bebe, what was her dream job?
She had 3.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no.
One was to be an astronaut, one was to be a professional golfer, God knows where she got that from, and one was to work in McDonald's.
So I worked at Hungry Jack's, and then I played soccer, and now I'm a physio. So not really related at all. The next question from Mel is, what is your favourite thing about me?
Her smile.
Aww.
Yeah. And her hugs. Maybe turn that around. Her hugs and then her smile.
These are from M, the other friend that's up in Sydney, and she does it make you feel sad that you guys live so far apart? How do you keep communication open?
The best communication we have is when either of us go on a long walk and we put the headphones on and we have a really nice long chat. I didn't realise we hadn't seen each other since November, and when I did I was sad about that. Yeah. So we've got to make a difference. Lyss's life the last year has changed so much with work and such. And I don't work a lot, but sometimes it interferes with coming up here.
The good thing is Mum's seeing eye dogs don't really interfere with her coming up. This one almost did, because Olive, her dog that just had the 12 puppies, went on heat again, so Mum had to put her into the kennels and then come back up. But good thing she came up and then didn't have Olive with her. Imagine if she came up and Olive went on heat, you'd have to go back down to Melbourne.
with a dog that's bleeding. Yes,
Yeah.
not the most fun. But the good news is, can I say
Yeah.
the good news? Good news is not this Monday, but the following Monday, I'm getting another puppy, and I can't wait. And I've never had a yellow lab, and her name's Keitha, which is unusual. They have unusual names.
Because Mum's had Dash, which was a black lab, and then Tabitha, black lab, and Olive, golden retriever.
Dash was the combo.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He
Yeah.
definitely looked like a black lab, though.
Yes, slightly wispy.
Yeah.
But yeah. And she's apparently got this lovely little face and really big ears. So I can't wait to get her, and it'll be interesting to see when Olive comes back how I'll go with 2 dogs.
And how the dynamic of the 2 dogs will be, too.
Yeah, but they reckon Olive, her good traits, the puppy will follow, and probably some of the bad traits.
Yeah.
as well.
Luckily, she doesn't have too many of those. Olive is a beautiful dog.
Yeah, but it's something I'm really, really passionate about, and if my work interfered with it, I would actually have the dogs and not work.
Yeah.
Because I love it so much. But yeah, no, what was the question?
How do we keep communication open?
Oh, that's right. It's an effort, I guess, sometimes.
I think I definitely need to make more of an effort to come down to Melbourne, because I was supposed to around Christmas time, but work got just too much, and I got a bit anxious about travelling the 6 hours down to Melbourne on the Friday and then having to take the 6 hours on the way back on the Sunday to make sure I came back for work and things like that. So now that I'm not working as much, it'll give me time to go down, because for some reason my roster for the next fortnight is only 2 4-hour shifts a week. But in saying that, yes, I'll have time off, but I won't have the money, so it's going to be tricky as to finding a balance. I don't know why I've been given only 8 hours a week. Hopefully it's not permanent, because otherwise I'll have to look for another job. But yeah, like, I'll have to come down to Melbourne more often. It was just with work, and then like when we went to Newcastle for the wedding, like, yeah.
Something I would like to change maybe is to, my night be a Thursday night, and that's when we ring. Something like that, so that, it's more consistent.
Yeah, I agree. I think having a night would be good to chat. But now that I'm going to the gym more often, it's going to be, when can I
fit it in?
Yeah. I do really like going on long walks and chatting to you while we go on the walk. Like today, with Mum being up, we just chatted, and comparing it to when we go for a walk when I'm here and you're down in Melbourne, it just feels the exact same. Like, we're just able to chat like normal, whether we're together or not, which I think is a credit to us.
Yes, yeah, we're very close, which is nice, and she's not embarrassed about me because I'm an old woman with grey hair and a big tummy.
That tummy's getting a lot smaller though.
Yeah, let's hope.
So that's pretty much the end of the questions. But last night we actually had our friends over. So I invited not only 2 of my board game friends, Tani and Sam, but also invited their younger sister Jenny and their mum Lisa. So big shout out to them. We had a really, really good time, didn't we?
We did, it was funny.
It was so good. It
was loud, but it was funny.
Very loud. And I've mentioned Sam and Tani in my planner videos quite a bit recently, and they actually brought it up. So, funny story, in one of the first times I mentioned them, I say that we're going over to their house and having a really good time, and we spent like 5 hours there. And then I say that their house is dirty on my channel. Oops. And then they bring it up yesterday and make fun of me for saying that, because like now that they're not living where they used to live, they don't live there anymore, and they don't live with these 2 other people. Their house isn't dirty like at all, and I feel really embarrassed, not only because I called their place dirty, but also like I'm not clean. Like at all, am I? That's definitely not one of my good traits, I would say. But it was just so funny to know that...
And then they spent about half an hour looking for the spot where you'd actually said the place was dirty, and it definitely did say.
I definitely said it was dirty, not messy. But it was, as they said, they wouldn't have brought it up if they were offended. Like, it was all in good fun. We were just having a joke, kind of picking on Lyss time because I was being judgmental. But yeah, we had a really good time. You only had about one drink, but you're not much of a drinker anyway.
No.
I had a few apple and pear ciders, which were really nice, and we played quite a few different games.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. And I won one, so that was a bonus.
Yeah, which game did you win?
The last one.
The last one.
On the computer.
Oh, you did too.
Phones. Yeah.
Yep. So we played Jackbox quite a bit with my friends that are about my age. We normally do drinking games and then we head to Jackbox, which is a game that's done through the TV, or in this case our HDMI cable wasn't working, so it was on the computer, and then you use your phone as like your console kind of thing. And we played a game that was like Boulder Dash, and you won at that. You were very good at that. But we also played Skip Beau, which is a bit like and then we played Family Feud, which we obliterated them.
Yeah, it was fun. But I lost it for you. You got to have losers.
Oh yeah,
You can't play if you don't have winners and losers.
That's true. And then I definitely lost Skip Beau. I didn't have a good game of that at all. And then we played... What else did we play? Telestrations.
Yeah, that was good.
That's a really good fun game. It's kind of like Pictionary mixed with Chinese whispers. And then...
The one that was like charades.
Oh, Concept?
Was that the one with it we looked at?
Yeah, that was a bit tricky. Because you could have easy, medium and hard phrases or words that you had to guess. And people kept going with the hard ones and they were just too tricky. But all in all, it was a really, really good time, I think. And it was good for you two to not just hang out with me when you come up.
It was nice to have other people. They were a fun family, a lot of laughing, a lot of in-jokes, a lot of jokes made that we're in now.
Yeah, dirty house.
Yes, my name on the last game that you played with your phone, you had to say what your name was, and my name was Dirty House.
Very topical. You guys may also notice that in this plan with me, I'm wearing headphones. That is because I filmed this while Mum was having a snooze. So here's the rest of the kit. It was quite interesting working with a smaller kit that I'm used to, so pulling in stuff from Jessica Cate Planning, Stella Beau Sticker Co, and Claire Bear Prints. And yeah, it was a really good kit to use, and I had fun playing with different stickers that I normally do. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video where we've done like a Q&A and Mum's joined in on the voiceover. How have you found the voiceover?
Yeah, good. I need to talk louder, so it's probably a bit late now to talk louder, but I have enjoyed it and I just love being with my daughter.
Oh, you're adorable. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. So now you say catch her with me. 3, 2, 1, catch
Catch
her.
up with me.
No.